Hello, world. This is the International Art Alliance. My name is Ross. I'm in Los Angeles presenting our Palimpsest project, Palimpsest Art and Beyond. Yay! And our panel today, everybody's here except for Laura in the UK. But hi, Denise.
Hello, I'm Denise. I'm in Saint Jerome. That's about an hour north of Quebec, of Montreal, in Quebec. And I'm about 6 hours away from Stephanie.
Hi,
Hi,
I'm
Cheryl.
Stephanie. Oh, that was my cue, Cheryl.
Oh.
I'm Stephanie, and I'm in Toronto. And yes, I'm about 5 hours away or six from Denise. I'm in a noisy parking lot, and I'm gonna pass it on to Cheryl. Your cue now, Cheryl.
Hi, Cheryl here from Sydney, Australia. Over to you, Rose, in Vancouver.
Hi, actually, I'm in Chilliwack, Stolo Nation today in beautiful
Oh.
British Columbia, Canada.
I, God, I love you guys so much, and we get to do this every week. I hope people are tuning in. We talk about such interesting things. Last week we were talking about what are our frustrations and rewards in our practice, in our work, and what we, how we interact with it all. And it was a pretty interesting, semi-deep conversation. I'm just so excited to hear what you guys have to say. I wonder what kind of parallels we have. And Cheryl, I'm specifically interested in how you approach all this because you're a teacher. You have a whole different set of circumstances.
The teaching in a lot of ways makes it so much sort of nicer because I get to share my frustrations and I get to share my inspiration and I get to sort of like share sort of so much more. I suppose the frustration really about being a lone artist is that you're just alone. It's often hard to find your way. And I suppose that was why we created our group, was the IAA, was to actually have some support and to be able to share and to solve problems together. So I mean, and so by having a group of people, one of my students put some of her work up on a Blue Thumb on a virtual gallery, and so she has sold 2 paintings. So yesterday she rings me up and she goes, I sold that painting, but this woman lives really close, so I went around to see her, and she's an artist. So I said that I work with you. She follows you. So that's one of the nicest things that sort of happen. Being an artist, you get to share things and share your vision. I think that one of the most difficult things is how much work you can put into things and how you feel as if it's not as important or I don't know, as valuable as what a lot of other things that can go on in life. Because because I often think if I rented out my studio as a short-term rental.
I'm sorry, that's
Well,
truly hysterically funny.
but seriously, I live across from the beach. You know what I mean? Like these sort of houses and this sort of like stuff that we have, where we live. I mean, they go for 6,000-10,000 a week and on season. These, that sort of thing. Anyway, I'm just saying. Yeah.
Okay, well now I understand how come you might say that.
I just say the amount of the amount of dedication, I suppose, is often we often feel a little bit spoilt and childish about it. But I'm doing all this work and nobody notices.
Yeah.
Can anybody else relate to that?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, take it away, Rose.
No, well, I mean, I agree with you, Cheryl. That's a massive frustration for many creatives, not just visual artists, but copywriters, musicians, screenwriters. It's really challenging. It's like a feast and famine kind of process, right? Well, sometimes you get like, oh, well, painting sold. Oh, another painting sold. Oh, I'm on top of the world. Let's keep it rolling. And then it's like, oh, What happened to the roll?
Yeah, it's like the hot hand that you might have. It's really only when you're dead. A cold hand, a cold hot hand. Well, Denise, you've had a lot of interaction with people, and your practice has been going strong for quite a few years. I could only imagine that your frustrations and and rewards are different from that. I mean, you have like interactive time with people. You travel to show your work.
Yeah, I don't like people very much.
Oh,
No, I do. This is not fair. I do enjoy the practice of showing my art, but I am a loner very much. So I'm also very happy. Like after a show, that all I want to do is just curl into a ball and don't talk to anybody, and spend time in my studio. And that's also my main frustration, I guess, is the way my brain works when I get inspired by something. I get like 50 ideas all at once, and I sort of get this frantic energy that it all needs to be done like yesterday. For some reason, it needs to come out like right away. And the way my process works is that there's a lot of waiting in between things. So then I want to create these like and everything comes all at once. So I have these like 8 panels that are waiting because I had 8 different ideas. Well, no, that's not true. I had 4 different ideas, but for some reason my brain thinks that I need to create things in 2s or 3s, because why just do one thing if you can create 2 or 3 at the same time, because that's way easier, and then all this work accumulates and I just need it needs to be done, but it can't because you have all these other things and you need to wait, and that's my main frustration in life.
what's it called? Like an embarrassment of riches almost, or
Almost.
do you find that you can keep regular hours even
I
though
keep
you have?
very regular hours. So much so that I paint from 9 to 3. I do abstract work from 3 to 5. From 5 to 7, I sit behind the computer and do computer shit.
Wow,
That's how regular my hours are. Except
it's a
for
long day
Mondays,
too.
because Mondays it's all computer shit.
How
Because I'm
come?
running a fucking business and this sucks.
That, so that's like your business day. Take
Yeah.
care of all business on Monday.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yep.
It's like washing day.
Yeah.
That
Not my
works.
favorite thing in the world, but hey, I do it when I'm done early. I allow myself some studio time, so it's my incentive to do things really fast behind the computer. Because if I'm done, I get to go to the studio.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
Oh, that's like the ultimate carrot.
I
There's the
know.
reward.
There's the reward, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, like a lot of jobs, they say if you do a good job today, your reward is you get to come back tomorrow, right, Stephanie?
Oh,
You
So
just
you get
took on.
paid too.
You just okay. That's the other part too.
There's that too.
You just took on a new. You just took on a new assignment, and
I
how has
did.
this,
I
has this
actually started.
changed your?
Sorry. So yeah. So I actually started July 1st. I started
Yeah.
working full time, doing marketing in a sweater design and manufacturing company, and I really enjoy it. The downfall is that I don't have. Can everyone hear me okay? I just want to
Yes.
make sure because I'm outside.
yeah.
The downfall is that I don't have obviously as much time to create my art, and the other downfall is that I tend to work kind of late hours. So when I get home, I'm pretty much spent. Like I usually do about, I think I probably paint or do art related things for about an hour a day, and then on the weekends I ramp it up. But I've noticed a huge decline in my output because of this, obviously. But luckily, I have quite a library of portraits that I've painted, and a lot of prints to sell. So I'm still doing shows, and this weekend I'm actually doing a show at Toronto's Kensington Market, which has a what's called Pedestrian Sunday, where they close the streets to pedestrians and let artists, sell their wares. So I have a booth there in my tent, and I'm just going to be selling prints because I just want to get rid of them. I want to get them out of the garage, and I want to never have prints like that done again, because they're the type of prints that they're giclée prints, but they're wrapped around canvas frames,
Mm.
and they're fine, but they need to sell, and they take up a lot of room. So I want to clear those out, and that's my sort of my goal for this weekend. And then after that, I have a bunch of ideas for some more portraits, some musicians, some animals. But the ideas are there. The time, which I had so much of before, is just not there anymore. It's okay though. I'm still trudging through.
Hmm.
That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
And what about the rewarding parts for you?
Well, the rewarding parts are, of course, sales, right, of our art. We need to do something like that. I like that. And I got actually a few commission clients, which is really rewarding. I used to not want to do commissions, but the commissions that I've received lately are pet portraits, and I really enjoy pet portraits. They're
Yeah.
just, yeah, they're fun,
Mm.
right? They're fun, and
Mm.
I don't know, it's just you get to be a little bit creative with the colors depending on the client. Um, yeah. Oh, and the other, I guess, good part about having a full-time job is that I get to buy more art supplies. I'm not too concerned about, well, I'm still concerned about my spending, but not as concerned as I was before. The budget isn't as tight, so I can buy art supplies.
Yay.
And that's dangerous too. That's a
Oh,
frustration
I know.
because now.
Yeah. That and clothes. All of a sudden, I'm into clothes again because I work in a sweater manufacturer, and I really like the clothes here. So, like, my paycheck goes back here because I keep buying their clothes.
Well, fortunately, you live in an area that you actually have seasons where a sweater can be useful.
But you know what though? The sweaters are actually they're seasonless, as we say, because they're 100% cotton, especially the summer sweaters, so they're very breathable.
Nice.
So, and some of them, Rose, you will be happy to hear this. Go away, bug, a bee. Are made with 75% eco cotton and 25% eco polyester, which is derived
Wow.
from water bottles, like plastic water bottles. They're churned into this yarn and mixed with the other eco cotton. We make sweaters out of them, and a lot of them.
Nice.
Interesting.
Nice.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
But that's not what we're here to talk about.
Less water. Oh, it's always important to get the conservation. So thanks, Stephanie.
But art supplies really can be the reward for listen to Cheryl.
Who doesn't love? I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know who
knows?
doesn't love buying art supplies.
Oh
Right?
my
That was
God.
nice.
It's like going by
Well,
an art store. It's like, even if I don't need them, it's like, I just want to go in. I've got
I
everything I
know.
could possibly use in 10 years.
No, I know.
I-
Me
Don't
too.
stop
I
me.
do love them, but yesterday
More,
I had to drive to the border of the United States to pick up a gallon of white paint because for some reason Golden has decided that us Canadians are no longer allowed to buy a gallon of something. We have to make do with smaller bottles, and that makes it twice as expensive.
Oh, they make it more money on us already as it is.
I know. And it was
We're
weird
just
because
like ducks.
I asked the lady at the art supply store, and initially she was like, oh, it's probably because of the French language, which doesn't make any sense because they used to sell these bottles in Quebec all the time. But they also are not sold anymore in Ontario or any of the other provinces, so they're just not sold to Canada
They're
anymore.
just taking advantage. That's all.
Wow.
So that really sucked. So I had to drive for an hour and a half to pick up a gallon of paint
That's
because I cannot get it here.
Is it white paint?
so sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I tried a
Yeah,
different
but it's-
brand, but I didn't like the
Viscosity?
no,
viscosity, yeah.
the one that I use is slightly transparent, and the one that the other one is too opaque. So
Okay, yeah.
Oh.
and I know I can mix in stuff to make it more transparent, but I just like that particular paint.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I get it. I must
Yeah,
say, one of the highlights of my life was when I visited the famous, not there anymore, but it was well-known Pearl's art store in New York City.
Mm.
Oh my God. I mean, sometimes I have dreams about it.
I know.
So I hate to tell you, but there used to be in Los Angeles a Pearl Art right around the corner from me here. Huge,
Uh-oh.
huge.
Ooh.
It was there for, I don't know, 12
Dangerous.
years. And I could walk there. I mean, it's amazing. But
Nice.
alas, no longer there.
Yeah.
It's a whole new world.
It's a
That
new-
was the site of some of the civil unrest, as we say, in,
Oh, wow.
when was that, 90, 95, 94. I can't remember the year. You know, when things burned
Yeah.
up. Yeah, they burned that up.
Well, we have a pretty good.
Okay.
I have.
An art
I'm pretty.
store.
What's that, Denise?
I said we have a pretty good art supply store here in my little town here. It's good. I mean, it's large. They have a bunch of stuff, but the thing is with the brand that I use, they don't supply their stores regularly. You just so they order. I go to them like I need this thing, and they're like, okay, we'll write it down, and then whenever the truck shows up, we will ring you. And then sometimes that's within a week, but sometimes that's within months, and I never know when the truck will come and what the truck will bring. They also don't know what is going to be in that truck, whether or not the thing that I need is going to be in that truck. So that's not
That's frustrating.
It is frustrating. Yeah,
That's frustrating.
that's a different way of ordering in the
There's
past
the ultimate
couple of
artist
years. Like we do
frustration,
this
right?
It is.
right there. Oh my god.
It is so
Do you want more
stupid.
frustration with that? Do you want to supersize your frustration?
Well, I'm almost tempted to whenever they have to buy like 3 or 4, but then a gallon of that shit is like $150. So yeah.
Wow.
And it's big. It's not like an expensive, small tube of sort of a 6, like a purple or something.
No, it's like a big jug.
$150.
Do you buy that kind of purple, Cheryl? $150 purple?
Yeah, I buy sort of pretty much, what I want. Yeah, I'll just buy
Wow.
what I want. Yeah,
Wow.
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm still
I do.
balking
I'll
at the
just
$7 pencil, but
I just had two times where somebody must have had, I don't know, a disagreement with one of the city trees, and right beside where I parked is like 5 or 6 huge branches of a birch tree lying there, kind of like I took a hit. So I'm like, oh, okay, I'll just pick you up and put you in my trunk. So I'm making lovely pigment out of that. And then there was another one that was like a dark plum, a purple leaf plum. And one of the unfortunate people on my street had a disagreement with the plum tree. So there was a huge branch of the plum tree dangling. So I just made a beautiful, gorgeous batch of dark, sort of purpley red pigment from it.
Nice.
So I don't just go to the store. I just I get out Mother Nature.
whoa.
So excited.
Yeah, I guess the
You can just-
frustration of your these materials is like global warming and like the
Well, actually, there's a massive issue of there's a spray and a sort of a government corporate trade sort of war against a certain type of trees here in British Columbia. So they don't like the trees that don't make them money. So they just want to redo the forest with just conifers, and so it destroys all the big leaf maples and the aspens and the larches, and of course that's what the moose eat and what most of the animals need for their habitat. So there is actually a war on certain boreal type of trees here, believe it or not.
oh my god, that sounds like such a good piece to make. Right? Like
Yeah. Yes. To make
Who
pieces.
knew?
Yeah.
I had no idea. That's so
Yeah,
smart.
it's insane. It's what happens outside, outside of, especially here in Canada, outside of the city limits, and the crown lands or whatever. It's mind-boggling.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So on that note, let's
You have a
leave
package, don't you?
the mind-boggling aspects of this
Ooh.
thing that I'm going to open up.
This is
Yeah.
exciting.
I might have to leave in like 2 minutes. I will have to leave in 2 minutes.
Drum
2 minutes?
roll.
Do you have a timer on?
Hurry up, Rose.
Beautiful master pack, tight and
Yeah,
strong
get back.
bones. Look at the
Ooh,
corners.
nice master pack type and
unbelievable.
strong box.
Looking
I know,
good.
right? Looking good. So I get to open it. Oop, my orchid there. A little awkward in my space. Oop, there's my Planet Earth passport. And drum roll, please. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh, it's so subtle. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this part. Wow. Oh,
Oh, I
God.
think I know what piece that is. Oh no, I don't. Oh wow. Oh wow.
Oh
Oh,
my God,
wow.
it's getting worse. I shouldn't have done that.
What?
Wow. What?
Cheryl, be quiet. What are you saying?
That's
Stop.
great. Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
some
What?
beautiful
Another one,
text.
another one of my
So
stupid ideas.
spooky and cool.
Rose, bring it
It
up a
looks
little bit.
very Halloweeny to me.
You
Rose,
see
bring
the
it up.
gorgeous.
If this
Bring
one's
it up a
ready
little
by
bit.
Halloween, can we post it?
A little more, little more, little more, little more, little more, little more. There you go.
Oh wow.
And he's
Looks
got lots of friends down there and other
fantastic.
things.
It
Wow.
looks great.
Did you add all the colors, Ross?
I added the color in the ditch, whatever
Yeah.
that's called.
Right.
And
Yeah. Yeah.
and Cheryl, I think you did the skeleton and the tree, and you've actually formed um,
Crafts or the tree?
the crevice, I guess,
Yeah,
that I turned
yeah,
into the
the
ditch.
crevice tree. Yeah, yeah.
And
that
then Denise,
concept,
of
yeah.
course, this is your beautiful work with the
Sorry, I gotta go.
bicycle and the. Bye, Stephanie. We'll see you next
Bye,
time.
Steph.
With the lamp post, lamp post.
And this gorgeous texture.
Oh, and that gorgeous
Yeah.
texture. Oh my gosh,
Beautiful.
so good. You can't really see how
Insane,
beautiful
gorgeous.
all that
Yeah,
work
I was
that you've
trying to
done,
like get
Denise.
closer so you can see this
Yeah,
text.
it's really quite extraordinary.
Super. Like these have to be seen in IRL to really appreciate them. But
Yeah.
then again, this project is about IRL. We're actually sending these panels to each other. Piece of wood right there, people. So stay tuned to see what I do to it.
Ooh,
Yeah.
do you have ideas?
No. But I think that the subtlety of the texture and reading the intention will probably direct my whatever I do.
Yeah.
Oh my
Awesome.
gosh. I'm so
Can't wait.
excited, and I just can't hide it. All right.
Exciting.
I finally got another painting. Okay, can't wait for the next one.
Yeah.
Well, I'm actually going away soon, but I'm going to do this probably before I leave, and then we'll see what happens.
All right.
Exciting.
So who does it go to next, Stephanie or Lara? Steph or Lara?
Yeah, either.
Let's see. It goes next to. It goes next to. Hang on. Let me just do a little. Oh, I don't know what painting it is. Cheryl Ross. Stephanie goes next to Steph. Yeah.
Very nice.
Awesome.
Yes.
Wow. Well, what an exciting, wonderful conversation, and also like it felt kind of like like we were just friends. Like we got to just like have a friend conversation.
Yeah.
You know,
Just
and
hang out and talk.
I know. Yeah, hang out and talk and hear about each other's stuff, frustrations and rewards, and plenty more next week.
Yes.
We come back in the same place. Come join us. Okay, I'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks, guys.
Bye for now.
Bye.